Very good morning, my dear friends. Welcome back to Chandan Logics. You are watching YouTube English live session. My name is Sham. So this session is for the IBPS PO 2026 aspirants. As you all know, SBI PO notification has come. IBPS PO notification is also ready for us. It's important to prepare to the fullest level. As far as English is concerned, I always say this: English is not a subject, English is a language. So here what is important is to learn language very practically and consistently. I always say this: consistency is the real secret to success, not mere hard work and talent. Once again, welcome you all to the Chandan Logics English YouTube live session. My name is Sham. IBPS PO 2026 paper is awaiting us. Let's not delay further. Let's get started. My dear friends, as far as IBPS 2026 paper is concerned, we have English 30 questions. Before we start the question number 1, I want you to know this: Chandan Logics has 2 YouTube channels where I come on live. One is Chandan Logics English YouTube channel, which right now you are watching, and on this Chandan Logics English YouTube channel, I see you every morning at 8 o'clock discussing banking question papers, banking English content. Every evening 7:30, I come on YouTube live on Chandan Logics Telugu channel where I talk in Telugu, whereas in English channel I talk only in English. On this Telugu channel right now, SSC CGL practice sessions are going on. Let's get started. Question number 1 looks like a phrasal verb. If you look at all the 4-5 options, they look like phrasal verbs. They look like phrasal verbs. Okay. So here, this part of the sentence is underlined. Ria hit on her career choice that will lead her to explore new opportunities and open ways for the upcoming generation. So there is a person named Ria, and you're saying that Ria dash her career choice that will lead her to explore new opportunities. So according to the meaning of the sentence, what you are trying to say is there is a person called Ria who started a new career path, who began a new career path. So among the 4-5 options, which phrasal verb has this meaning, my dear friends? I'll give you only 30 seconds time. Make it very fast. My dear friends, here we need to talk about 2 things. One, if you talk about something like started or began, we use the phrasal verb embark on. My dear friends, do you know the meaning of embark on? Embark on means start. Embark on means begin. So that is the answer, my dear friends. For example, in the year 2026, I want you to embark on banking job. I want you to embark on banking career. Okay, embark on means start. Okay guys, right. Remaining options are very easy. Hit back: when somebody hits you, you hit back. That is called hit back. If you want, I can give you one vocabulary called retaliate. Hit back means retaliate. So generally hit on is directly hitting on somebody, and whereas faced up is, everybody knows, like, what is the meaning of bear on? Bear on means impact. Having some impact is called bear on, my dear friends. Having some impact is called bear on. Okay, so embark on means start, begin a new journey, begin a journey. Okay guys, right. So question number 2 also looks like beautiful phrasal verb. Can you try the answer, my dear friends? The meeting that has been scheduled tomorrow is very important as it will get through many difficulties that the company is facing at present? Very nice question. Answer please. Very nice question. Answer please. Today the paper started with phrasal verbs. Yes or no? My dear friends, do you know hang on? Don't shout hang on, hang on. We say hang on. So hang on means wait. Hang on means hold. Don't quit. Okay? The meaning comes like don't quit. Now generally give way. This is a very normal expression. So when we say give way, it means like allow. Everybody knows rid of. Rid of means you want to stop something. I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of all my problems. I want to get rid of all my challenges in my life. So get rid of. Okay. What is the meaning of iron out? Iron out means solve a problem. Do you know we say figure out? We say figure out. I think we need to talk today and figure out the solutions to the problem. Iron out means figure out. And get through means pass. Get through means pass. Experience, go through. Go through. In our life sometimes we get through many challenges. We go through many hurdles. Okay. So as far the meaning of the sentence is concerned, you are saying difficulties. Your company has got many difficulties. So you have to sit and iron out the problems. You have to sit and iron out the problems. You have to sit and iron out the problems. You have to sit and iron out the problems. Okay. So iron out means figure out something. Iron out means figure out something. Iron out means figure out something. Okay, my dear friends. Is it clear? Right. As far as the meaning of the sentence is concerned, there are many problems the company is facing. You need to iron out. You need to figure out the problems. I know phrasal verbs is a real challenge. Phrasal verbs is a real challenge. Yes, my dear friends, what do you think is the question number 3, my dear friends? Can you make it fast? Can you make it fast? Only 10 seconds time. Yes, my dear friends, I'm waiting for your answer. Easy question. This question is really easy question. Yes. If you see the sentence, see here the given question is run for. So my dear friends, it is impossible to have run for because already off is here, correct? So already preposition off is here, so you can't say run off. What is the meaning? The number of possible outcomes is infinite. Means there are many chances. So you can never dash off ways to connect the dots. Already here preposition off is there. So you can never run out of. What is the meaning of run out of? For example, my dear students, in today's world, cost of living is increasing day by day. So you need to save your money for the future. If not, one day you will run out of funds. If you waste money every day, one day you are going to run out of funds. Correct? If you waste your money every day, one day you are going to run out of funds. So run out of funds. Run out of funds means you are going to have nothing left. Okay, run out of. Okay, guys. So remaining options are very normal options. They are not difficult options. If you say run into, you say like enter. You enter into something suddenly. And you say run off. Run off means go away, run away, flee. And you say run across means travel in a particular place. Or you also say experience. So if you waste a lot of money, one day you will run out of funds. So like that, there are a lot of possible ways. So don't have to worry about it. You will run out of the ways. You will never run out of the ways. Okay, you will never run out of the ways. Okay, again, wonderful vocabulary is waiting for us. Phrasal verbs. Today's session started with beautiful phrasal verbs. Yes. Answer please. Answer please. Answer please. Answer please. This is a pop out. This is a phrasal verb waiting for us. Yes. Answer please. Last 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds. So if you observe the sentence here, what is the sentence talking about? An official from the meteorological office said forecasts indicated the asteroid collision could dash before reaching the earth. The answer is fizzle out. The meaning of the expression fizzle out means decrease. You know, we say reduce. Fizzle out means reduce, slow down. Fizzle out means reduce, slow down. Recently, I've been to a hospital. I was talking to a doctor about my, voice issue. And then the doctor said, don't worry, you take these precautions, those precautions. Your pain will fizzle out. Your problem will slowly fizzle out. Your problem will fizzle out. Slow down, okay? Fizzle out means reduce. Fizzle out means slow down. Okay. So what is the meaning of pop out? Pop out means suddenly leave. Pop out means leave suddenly or appear suddenly. Everybody knows knockout. Knockout means you fight with somebody, you destroy them. Drop out is again leave. These both are very close. And burst out is like suddenly come out. Erupt. Burst out means erupt. What I'm trying to say is, even though we don't study phrasal verbs very often, don't worry, you can manage. Because if you look at all the options, most of the options are manageable. Here the problem is asteroid collision can happen. But don't worry, the expert said, don't worry, the chances of this asteroid collision can fizzle out. Fizzle out means reduce, slow down. Fizzle out means reduce, slow down. Question number 5, my dear friends. We have a wonderful close test. Can you try which is the suitable vocabulary for the option 1? Can you try which is a suitable vocabulary for the option 1? Guys, I'm waiting for your answer. I'm waiting for your answer. Last 5 seconds. Last 2 seconds. Guys, before reading the complete sentence, I'm going to tell you Sham sir's shortcut. But of course, to apply this shortcut, you need to be aware of vocabulary as well. So what is the meaning of deter? What is the meaning of time? What is the meaning of hamper? What is the meaning of quarrel? Do you know? The meaning comes like prevent. The meaning comes like suppress. The meaning comes like hinder. The meaning comes like stop. The meaning comes like discourage. And naturally the only option reverse is catalyze. So catalyze means increase the speed. You know, catalyst. So catalyze means increase the speed. Catalyze means increase the speed. And all the other 4 options are in the reverse. Learn good vocabulary, my dear friends. Learn good vocabulary, my dear friends. Okay. I did not even see the sentence. I did not even read the sentence. Just assumption and vocabulary knowledge. Can you try the next question, my dear friends? Again, try to apply the shortcut. Try to apply the shortcut. Only 10 seconds time, my dear friends. Only 10 seconds time, my dear friends. Apply the shortcut. Apply the shortcut. Yes. You can apply 100% shortcut, my dear friends. You know why? Pliable is equal to malleable is equal to supple is equal to limpid is equal to, do you know what it equals to? It equals to very weak. It equals to very, 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 brittle. It equals to very, very feeble. It equals to very, very, very delicate. And the reverse word is, opposite is tenacious. Do you know what tenacious is, my dear friends? Tenacious is very, very strong. Strong determination, courage, never give up attitude, never give up attitude, never give up attitude, never give up attitude, never give up attitude. Okay? Easy questions actually, provided you know the vocabulary. If you don't know the vocabulary, again things are slightly challenging. If you know the vocabulary, anything is easy, believe me, my dear friends. Question number 7. Use again Shamsa's shortcut. Believe me, 99% it works, 1% doesn't. 99% it works, 1% doesn't. I did not see the paragraph even. Forget about reading the sentences. I did not see the paragraph at all, my dear friends. Do you know the meaning of capricious? Do you know the meaning of volatile? Do you know what is whimsical? Do you know what is errant? The meaning of these 4 vocabulary is very, very sensitive, very, very unstable. The meaning is very, very unstable, very, very sensitive, very, very fickle. Capricious, whimsical is very, very unstable, very, very fickle. The reverse word is consistent, my dear friends. So consistent means which is very continuous, which is very strong. As a student, your preparation must be consistent. Your preparation cannot be whimsical or capricious or fickle or unstable or errant, my dear friends, or volatile, my dear friends. Consistent. Of course, if you are lucky enough, you will have questions like this where 5 options, 1:4 ratio, reverse. 1 option opposite, 3 or 4 options synonyms. Most of the times this happens, sometimes it cannot happen. But what I am trying to say is, if such luck favors, take it. Let me take you to the next question, my dear friends. Again, go with shortcut only. Go with shortcut only. Yes, my dear friends, go with pure shortcut, my dear friends. If you look at all the options that are on the screen, again you have 1:4 ratio. One option is the entire reverse of all the other options. Apathy means indifference, means disregard, means insouciance. The meaning is careless. The meaning is careless. The meaning is heedless. No interest. The meaning is having no interest. Sorry. The meaning is having no interest, zero interest. You have to know the vocabulary, my dear friends. Apathy, indifference, disregard, insouciance means having no care, careless. And the opposite is solicitude. Do you know the meaning of the vocabulary solicitude, my dear friends? So solicitude means absolute care, absolute concern. Solicitude means absolute care and absolute concern. That is called solicitude, my dear friends. So solicitude means absolute care and absolute concern, my dear friends. Okay, chalo. Let's go to the next question, number 9, my dear friends. Can you try this answer? Go with the gut shortcut approach. Go with the gut shortcut approach, my dear friends. Shortcut approach. This is not a vocabulary at all. This is not a vocabulary at all. So mutually, jointly, conjointly, collectively. The meaning is together. The meaning is together. And the opposite is individually. Individually means all alone. Individually means all alone. Individually means all alone. Individually means all alone. All alone. But of course 90% this trick can work, but maybe sometimes it cannot work. So it's always good to cross check. It's always good to cross check. Okay. Maybe we have a wonderful jumbled exercise, my dear friends. So go with absolute shortcut. I always tell you, competitive exams, talent is secondary. Your consistency is important. Using shortcuts is very, very important, my dear friends. Using shortcut is very, very important, my dear friends. Using shortcut is very, very important. See, first of all, look at the options B, C, D, E. Who is absent? A is absent. A, leave it. My dear friends, often is an adverb. You cannot start with adverb. Friends, you cannot start with verb. Friends, you cannot start with conjunction. So now only two chances. It can be DA, it can be DB. Read the D sentence. The complexity of implementing comprehensive environmental regulations. If you say, for example, A, regulations where economic disparities can significantly influence. Guys, I am giving you 15 seconds time. Identify DA or DB. You are right, Vishnu. Not only but also is there. You are right. 100% your observation is correct. 100% your observation is correct. Vishnu observed the right trick. See, not only but also. So maybe BC follows. Here BC is there, here BC is there, and here BC is there. But anyway, this option is gone. So now you have again the same problem here. So now you need to find DA and DB. If you read it once, you will understand the answer is the last option. If you read it once, you will understand the answer is the last option. Nothing much to explain here, my dear friends. Can you try one more beautiful exercise? Can you try one more beautiful exercise waiting for us? Yes, my dear friends. Look at the options first. What are the options? B, C, E, D. So A is not there. My dear friends, perpetuating is a verb. You can't start with verb. Particularly, you don't have to start with particularly. So naturally, you have now 2 B's and 1 C. 2 B's and 1 C. What could be the answer, guys? Yes, what could be the answer? See, you cannot start with B. Why? Because these innovations. These is a pronoun. These is a pronoun. You cannot start with B, my dear friends. So naturally the answer is option A and option C. Finish. Fatafat. I am going today with absolute shortcuts. I am not following lengthy procedure at all. Because we don't have too much of time. We hardly have a month in hand. Like I promised you yesterday, very soon we are going to talk about preparation strategy. I will come on live. I will help you out design a wonderful 30-day or 45-day preparation strategy for SBI PO and IBPS PO. I promise you that session will definitely get you some help. Okay, guys. So absolute shortcut is done. Option C. So students, have a good news. Chandan Logics offers you free course. As far as this free course is concerned, absolute free course. In this free course, what you can get? Practice questions, 7,000 plus practice questions from various topics. You can take this opportunity and start your practice on English, various topics. If anyone is preparing for police exams and you want English classes, you can contact Chandan Logics. Very reasonable, 399 rupees, and also 10% discount if you enter this course. Good chance. RRB Group D crash course, very reasonable fees, 299. You can get it. Again, we have one more jumbled exercise. Can you make it faster? Can you make it faster? Can you make it faster? Yes, my dear friends. See, you cannot start with is, so this option is gone. You cannot start with can, so C is gone. Option B is not there at all in the options. Now you have option A and option D. How can you start with while also? No way. Now you have the only option A left. Again here you have AB and AE. Now you need to find which is correct, AB and AE. The effectiveness of large-scale public transportation initiatives to minimize environmental impact over the long term. So guys, what do you think is the answer? Is it A, B or AE? 20 seconds. Is it A, B or AE? 20 seconds. The effectiveness of large-scale public, let us see AB. Let us see AB. The effectiveness of large-scale public transportation initiatives to minimize environmental impact over the long term is often determined by the extent to which urban planners can anticipate future population growth and mobility patterns while also integrating sustainable technologies. Read AE. The effectiveness of large-scale public transportation initiatives is often determined by the extent to which urban planners can anticipate future mobility and patterns to minimize environmental impact while also integrating. This looks very interesting. CDB. Now if you see CDB is the right way. CDB is the right way, my dear friends. CDB is the right way. Just understanding. A little understanding. A little understanding. Nothing much. As a future banker, as a future probationary officer, your reading skills are tested. Your understanding skills will decide your success tomorrow. My dear friends, we have a wonderful question. Again, jumbled exercise. Use shortcuts. Use absolute shortcuts, my dear friends. Use shortcuts. Use shortcuts. Use shortcuts. Guys, use shortcuts. You cannot start with that, so remove this option. Option E is missing in the options. You cannot start with thereby, so this is gone. Largely depends on what? Depends on what? Finish. So now again same problem. Now here AB is fixed. Now you need to find ABE or ABD. Fast guys, 20 seconds. Fast guys, 20 seconds. Fast guys, 20 seconds. Fast guys, 20 seconds. Yes. What could be the answer? You're right. A, B, D, C, E is the answer, my dear friends. Very good. See, I'll read it once in that way. The ability of educational institutions to foster innovation and creativity largely depends on their willingness to embrace interdisciplinary curricula that combines. So this curriculum, curriculum, the schools and colleges will have some curriculum, no, to teach to the students. So that curriculum that combined, here that means what? Curriculum. So after B, D comes. Curriculum that combines. Curriculum that combines. Curriculum that combines. Question number 14, guys, can you try the answer? Question number 14, guys, can you try the answer? Question number 14, guys. Can you try the answer? Today we have wonderful jumbled exercise. We have really excellent jumbled exercise. They look difficult, but use shortcuts. They are easy. Yes, my dear friends. Here the advantage is B, C, A, E, D. Arey bhaiya, get the first statement, answer is done. You cannot start with as. You cannot start with thereby. You cannot start with a verb. Now this is and this is. Yes. Between these two sentences, this looks better. Try this one. The persistent digital divide between urban and rural populations. The persistent digital divide between urban and rural populations, thereby necessitating more targeted policy interventions, continues. Do you think fourth option is correct? Yes, my dear friends. Yes, my dear friends. Yes, my dear friends. 100%. No doubt. Because the persistent, there is no other way. You can't start with B at all. Continues to restrict opportunities despite significant. For example, let us try this one. Let us try this. Despite significant investments in expanding broadband infrastructure. No, as issues related to affordability remain unsolved. Despite. See, if you start with D and then if you go here, there is no meaning. So this is simple. See guys, the problem is, yes, to some extent shortcuts will help you, but your understanding is everything, no? Your understanding is everything, no? Okay. What next after jumbled? Incorrect statement. Wow, again, yesterday's exercise came back. You need to find the error in only one sentence. Can you read it fast? Can you read it fast? Can you read it fast? Yes, my dear friends. You need to find which is the incorrect statement. Which is the incorrect statement. Your reading speed is everything here. Your reading speed is everything here. Your reading speed matters. Guys, your reading speed matters. Guys, your reading speed matters. Yes. Waiting for your answer, not yet. Yes. Answer, waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Incomes. So Vishnu said there is some problem with incomes. Last 10 seconds I am waiting because I am giving you more time because you need to read 5 sentences, correct? Waiting for your answer. Waiting for your answer. Oh my god, this is such an easy question. You people are wasting time. Here you are not talking about students. You are talking about class of students. Students is not the subject. Class is the subject. You cannot use have. You have to use has. What are you thinking about? Collective nouns. You are not talking about students there. You are talking about class of students. Class is singular. So has should come. What is there that you are worried about, guys? Easy question, right? Why are you overthinking? Students is not the subject. Class is the subject. Class is a singular subject. So have can't be used. You must use has. You understand? Guys, do you understand? It's like a group of boys are shouting. No, a group of boys is shouting. You can't say group of boys are shouting. No, a group of boys is shouting. A group of boys is shouting. Yes. Question number 16. Can you try fast? Vishnu, there is no problem with incomes. There is no problem with incomes. Many farmers, so incomes can be used. Yes, 16th question answer please. Waiting for your answer. Yes, last 10 seconds. You have to read fast. Last 10 seconds. You have to read fast. You have to read fast. You have to read fast. See, if you look at the C option, it looks too bad. Should they would have informed. What is this? Should they would have informed. This entire part of the sentence is a problem. This entire part of the sentence is a problem. In that place, you can say, if they had informed. 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 Conditional clause, my dear friends. You have to say, if they had informed. We could have rearranged our schedule. You have to say, if they had informed. Easy question, guys. The question is very easy. The question is very easy. If you have any doubt in the other options also, feel free to ask me. I'll explain. 1 second. So guys, if you have any doubt in any other option, let me know. I'll explain. I'll help you out. Sharanya, what about the last option? They climbed the mountain, determined to conquer challenges and reach. 2 plus B1. 2 plus B1 plus B1. Okay, Sharanya? 2 plus B1 and B1. No, it's not about water. Like I said, the voice got cracks. Earthquake, you know, when there is an earthquake, you find cracks on the earth. It's not about water. That's the issue, internal issue. There is something called vocal cord. In biology, you study vocal cord. Phanex or larynx? You tell me. It's a GK question. I'm a microbiology student. I'm a science student. So, I'm asking you a science question now, not English question. So, phanex or larynx? Phanex or larynx? Which is related to voice. Yes. Phrasal verb session. We have to plan, dear. But Sai, I'll tell you something. Even if I take one session on phrasal verb, I can cover only 20, 30, 40 phrasal verbs. There are thousands of phrasal verbs. Of course, conducting a session will get us some motivation. But definitely we will plan, Sai, for that. We will definitely plan. So this is a very simple question. Sharanya, your doubt is clear? 2 plus B1, B1. 2 plus B1, B1. So this is the problem here. Okay, guys? Chalo. Next. So you do one thing. After this live session is over, you also read all other sentences. You read all other sentences. Then, if you have any doubt anywhere in any particular option, you leave your doubt in the comment section, or you ask me tomorrow in our next session. I will definitely give you clarity. Okay, no problem. Okay, guys. Question number 17. Fine. I think we should never forget to read the instruction. No? Yes. Choose the incorrect sentence. Choose the incorrect sentence. Choose the incorrect sentence. Can you make it fast? Choose the incorrect sentence. Can you make it fast? Sharanya, I promise you this is a very easy question. This is a very easy question. It will take hardly 5 seconds, 10 seconds to answer. Only 5 to 10 seconds time to answer. Yes. See, you are talking about yesterday what happened. Yesterday I went to the bookstore and I will buy. Come on. What should come here? I bought. Now Saranya, like you mentioned tenses. No, here is the question. Yesterday I went to the bookstore and I bought some groceries. Yesterday I went to the bookstore and I bought some groceries. Yesterday I went to the bookstore and I bought some groceries. The sentence is in past tense. The sentence is in past tense. Okay? Clear? Also is not the problem there. Also is not the problem there. Tense is the problem. Yesterday I went to the bookstore. Also is fine. You can use also. I also bought. But the problem is bought. Tense is past tense. I will buy. Will is future, no? Okay? So my suggestion to you is after the live session is over, you read all the other options once again. Any question you have a doubt, let me know. I'll help you out. Okay? Next. Oh, okay. So now we have a passage. Guys, shall we try any questions? Oh my god, the paragraph looks too big. Vishnu, see the passage. Vishnu, see the passage. The passage started somewhere in Kanyakumari. And the passage is almost reaching, the passage is almost reaching the middle India. And it reached the Kashmir here. The paragraph is very big. So imagine tomorrow such paragraph comes to you. You have to be very careful. You have to leave enough time for the paragraph. But anyways, now we cannot spend time for the paragraph. If there are any other questions, smart questions, we can try, okay? We can try, okay? Of course, paragraph also can be solved, but not now. Okay? SSC CGL students, you have a special batch Chandan Logics is offering you. Get it. And PO students, yes. 0 to Hero batch is waiting for you. Wonderful courses are waiting for you. The best content delivered by the expert faculty. Faculty with expertise and experience and passion to teach. Yes, my dear friends. Any more questions can be solved from the passage? I think this is one question based on vocabulary. What do you think? Rational synonym. Easy question, my dear friends. Easy question, my dear friends. Rational synonym. Easy question, my dear friends. Answer? Anybody answer? Anybody answer? Yes, rational means what? Logical. Rational means logical. Rational means logical. Okay? And remaining options are not logical. They are spontaneous, arbitrary decisions. Arbitrary decision means the decisions that you just take suddenly. Okay? Emotional, irrelevant, sudden decisions. Sudden decisions. So rational thinking means very logical thinking. Rational means very logical. Very logical, my dear friends. Okay? I think we have a very easy question from the paragraph. Significant opposite. I think you can solve this question. Significant opposite. Significant opposite. Significant opposite. Trivial. Significant means very important. Correct? Significant means very important. Trivial means not important. Trivial means unimportant. Trivial means unimportant. Okay? Momentous means very important. Trivial means momentous means very important. Momentous means very important. Essential very important. Major very important. Okay? Oh my god. Here trivial, maybe one typing error. That's not a problem here. So anyways, trivial is the answer. This should be some other option. Okay. Chalo, next. So I think the last 4 questions in this paper. Word jumble. No. What is this? Spelling error. Misspelled word. Easy exercise. Misspelled word. Easy exercise. Can you tell me the answer? Can you tell me the answer, my dear friends? Can you tell me the answer, my dear friends? Yes, you are right. Unpredictable. Unpredictable has a problem. Unpredictable has a problem. See? Unpredictable has a problem. Very good. Unpredictable has a problem. Very good. Okay, guys, chalo. Next question number 27. Where is the spelling error, my dear friends? Where is the spelling error, my dear friends? Where is the spelling error, my dear friends? You are right. What is the problem here? What is the problem here? Cacophonous. So cacophonous spelling has a problem. So cacophonous means loud noise, disturbing noise. Cacophony, disturbance, loud noise. Cacophonous. Cacophonous. Cacophonous means loud noise. Remaining options, no problem, dear. Okay. Chalo. Let's go to the next question. Where is the spelling error, my dear friends? Where is the spelling error here? Where is the spelling error here? Yes, soliloquies. So here he is using past tense. Q-I-E-S should come. Q-I-E-S. Soliloquies. Q-I-E-S. Soliloquy means Y. It ends with Y. Q-I-E-S. So soliloquies means, soli means only one person talking. Loki means talking. You know, soli means solo. One person talking on the dais. One person talking on the dais. But here I have to tell you something. The other vocabulary, the other words are nice vocabulary. After the live session is over, you try to work on them. You try to study those vocabulary, my dear friends. Okay? Chalo. 29th question. What is the problem, my dear friends? What is the spelling problem here? What is the spelling problem, my dear friends? What is the spelling problem, my dear friends? Interdependence, ecological, biomes, anthropogenic. All are correct, no problem. All are correct, no problem. All are correct, no problem. Can you try the last question of this session, my dear friends? Yes. Consequences, this is a problem. You have to say consequence. Consequences, this is a problem. CES, not SES. There ends today's session, IBPS PO. Yes, we need to focus on, we will plan to conduct a session on phrasal verbs, session on passage. Saivardhan said passage, RC, and also preparation strategy is getting ready very soon. My dear friends, before I wind up the session, I will give you homework. The homework is to be done in the comment section after the live session is over. Okay. So this is a homework number 1. Quotidian. So what is the meaning of the vocabulary? Quotidian. Homework number 1. Homework number 2. Bemuse. What is the meaning of the word bemuse? Homework number 3. Penchant. What is the meaning of the word penchant? Quotidian meaning please. Bemuse meaning please. Penchant meaning please. And then what is the meaning of the vocabulary malice? So malice. What is the meaning of the vocabulary malice? Homework number 4. Malice. Homework number 4. Malice. Okay, homework number 4. Malice. 4 homeworks, 4 vocabulary. I want you to tell me the meaning. And meticulous, homework number 5. Enough. 5 vocabulary. 5 vocabulary. I want you to tell me the meanings in the comment section. After the live session is over, give your answers in the comment section. And definitely, whatever requirement you need, whatever support you need, we will try to help you out to the best possible levels. See you soon. I hope the session is useful. Today's question paper is not very easy, is not very difficult, moderate level paper. But excellent vocabulary came. Jumbled sentences are many, 5 questions I think, but tricks are important. And close test, we did not even know, we did not even see the passage even one time. Just based on the options, we got the answers. But in that close test, beautiful vocabulary came. Write all those words in your running notes. I'll see you in my next session. Good luck. Have a great day. Signing off, your Sham sir.